good morning. Greetings from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. We got a little weather coming in, but we are ready to do the show. Thanks everybody for joining. Yeah, Jason Hayes took the under. No, Jason, what are you thinking? We have to question your judgment. Oh, not today, not today. But greetings, Jason, from Washington, Missouri. All sorts of stuff going on in Missouri. There is no cow in Moscow for David Backen, and me too. I've learned. Hey, bomb cyclone. We've got an atmospheric river. We like the weather monikers. Let's see what I can do here. Oh well. I don't know what that means. Good morning, Tom Hickey, Milwaukee, home of the Bucks. Home of the Bucks. What's going on there? I don't know. Feels like the Warriors last year. Earl Schaffer from Colorado Springs. I'm sure you've got some weather. I trust Tom. What did Benedict F say? It's not in my chat. Give me a recap of that. JV scrimmages tomorrow. Perfect. That's JV scrimmages. That's a good place to shake off rust right there. Because all sorts of stuff is going to happen in JV scrimmages. That's just the bottom line. Cannon, good to see you. Okay. So I'm interested to hear how everybody has implemented. I assessed a flopping warning on a defender faking being fouled, sets up for a charge, throws his hands back, no contact at all, falls to the floor. And it's non-intuitive. I mean, it's just, you see something, okay, now I'm going to do this, and then the ball is still in play, and we're near the end of the period, right? So these are all the variables that are coming into play. Ultimately, last second shot is missed. Teams are going to their benches, and at that point, I assessed the warning to the team, to the coach, and he's like, what? So I have assessed a warning. I have not assessed a technical foul. But let me know. I mean, it's a point of emphasis. It's a big deal. We need to call it, etc. I don't know. We just need to call the obvious. And it's obvious that it's going to be wet. Is that an evergreen comment, Joe? Evergreen? Yeah, I'll bet you are getting the brunt of it up there. Hey, Tony, I did not see the football game, but I guess Al Michaels was on the call, and so I saw something tweet, as it were, that it was elder abuse to have Al try to call a game in the snow. Yeah, Al used to be one of the greats. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess there's like drama in Iowa girls basketball teams not fielding, schools not fielding teams. Yeah, man. Kids got a lot of things they can be doing. It'll be a change. It'll be a change for you. Hey, Mike, good to see you in the chat. Al Kennedy, awesome. Going to be a quick show today. Life is unrelenting. Let's put it that way. Unrelenting. I got work to do. Good morning, Ron. Gary from Boston. Rick is holding it down in Montana, as always. Good to see you. Oh. Ah, whoa, Jason, that sounds uh, really difficult in that there's no answers. Why? Right? So you've got this something dramatically affecting you and no answers. That's, yeah, yeah. Hope everything works out well there soon. Soon. Hey, Jesse, good to see you. My good one. What kind of weather do we have in Alaska right now? Are you putting us all to shame? I forget. Oh. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Oh, there's all these things I'm not aware of. I guess, oh, in three person, call it three person. The official administering the free throws stands facing the table or on the same side of the table. I guess that depends. I mean, NFHS mechanics, calling official goes table side when free throws will result. Whether we're coming from the back court to the front court or a front court situation, calling official goes table side and is trail for the resulting free throws. Now, some states do stuff different. They just say, look, we don't want our officials over on the, we're going to go opposite like NCAA men's. So, but understanding the mechanics manual, NFHS mechanics, table side trail. Whew. What the hell, Michael? What the hell? 41 degrees. Yeah, that's brisk. That's brisk. So we had a cold snap here in the Bay Area. Cold snap for us is like high 50s. But we've got weather coming in, so we're getting warmer. Getting warmer. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. All right. Patrick Weaver. Excellent. Excellent. Noted Celtics fan. I did apologize for the Warriors coming in to Boston and beating the Celtics. I apologize. I don't know if you were on the chat when that happened, but we'll see how it goes. Good to see you, Martin. All right. Boys season next week. Excellent. Another Milwaukee native. Perfect. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Kind of twisted. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Second year, that's you know what they say about NBA players, right? Second year is when they make that leap, right? And it really is an opportunity in your second season, right? Because you have all your previous experience, you have an off season to work, etc. And you know what you want to have as a young official is your confidence level moving upwards, spiraling upwards. I got this. I know how to do this. I know how to handle these situations, etc. And that confidence, the game loves that. The game loves officials who are confident, not arrogant, confident, because then they could relax and trust. So that is tremendous. I hope you have a great second season. I hope you hit the ground running, and I hope you start to, that's the other thing. It's just like your new official. Okay, I got veteran partners. They know everything, and I don't know anything, right? I'm on the low rung. They're on the high rung. If they say something goes, etc., right? Your second season, you have to start saying, look, this is my game. This is my game. I respect that my partners have more experience than me, but if I know something is incorrect or we need to do something different or something is going on in the game, I need to step up and influence my crew to recognize those things, address those things, etc. And when my veteran partner says, this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to say, well, partner, by rule, that is not correct. We need to do this, that, and the other thing. And just step up, right? That's the other key. All right, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Steve Bound from New York. Gonna have some coffee? I love coffee. Of Of course, Philharmonic's been there from day one. Day one. Hey, to go to Ted. Good to see you, Ted. How are you? All is well here. Yeah, like. Is the audio terrible or manageable? Oh. Oh, okay. All right. Tell them to get their hand up. Good to see you, Rod, in the chat. Hey, Michael from Fort Wayne. Excellent. Good to see you. 4 to 6 games. Are those like truncated 20-minute on, off, etc.? Taking a couple of hours, or are we all there? Are we there all day? Yeah. Well, yeah. So I was watching this Rhode Island video. We have a couple of plays from that, and this was last year. And there's obvious flopping that occurs in the game, and there's no way to address it in the past, right? You're either going to call a block on a flopping play, a flopping defender, or you're going to ignore, right? So we have to incorporate how, NFHS wants the behavior changed. We want to have players stop flopping, right? Stop trying to fool the ref. And if we just wait until it's super egregious, are we going to achieve that? Maybe, maybe not. So, but we have to have consistency as a crew as well. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I know that certainly happened on the football side where schools, said we can't field a team. That's like players don't want to deal with concussions and what have you. Hey, Charleston is in the house. Always brings a smile to my face, Hector, every single time. Yes. We know people in Charleston. Okay, finally. Billy Mack's here. We can get started. Wait, somebody's missing. Hey, so as the season starts and you start to get plays, do not forget to submit plays at betterofficial.com/submit plays. And we can have things to talk about. I know I was reviewing some of my own game video for some plays today. Yeah. And, you can go to games and, heckle the refs, especially your good friends. Good morning, Chris Janish. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Let's see. Let me see if I can do something about audio here. It's fine, I'm told. We'll see. Da. Okay. All right. Will the amount of players not playing equal the number of officials as it drops? Well, that is certainly not the case. I mean, obviously, other places are thriving, and Oh, hey, it's Stan Whipple in the house. Good to see you, Stan. That's awesome. Local official. Okay. All right, Oscar. Good to see you. No one wants to call it. If we call the obvious, right, that's a great place to start, right? If we just call the obvious. But it's also something that we have to get reps with, because when you have an obvious flop in a game, in an important part of a game, or later in the season, right, and we don't have any reps, I don't know how to handle it, and right, we kind of need to put it into the game early. You have a scrimmage and a player exhibits some flopping behavior, I need to practice. I'm going to blow my whistle. I'm going to give the signal, etc. I need reps what's the cost to the game in that situation? Nothing, right? So having reps so that we can be confident when the situation arises in the game is really critical. So, but I can understand if it's just like, we're not calling that tonight. Only call it unless it's like grandma 14th row comes down on the court and says, that's a flop. Oh, she can't see very well, but her mobility's fantastic. Okay. All right. Well, if it's chilly, it's basketball weather. Let's go. And of course, we like to go into the gym. The weather is, oh my gosh, the rain is going sideways, and you see the lights on over at the field, and there's some soccer going on out there. You're thinking, oh, I picked the right sport. Oh. No comment. You can't quote silence, Michael. You can't quote silence. Oh my gosh. Well, let's get started with this show. Okay. All right. I'm queued up here. All right. You make the call play. I got to remember, I had a week off last week. We are at the start of the season. We are going to the gym tonight. We've got a game. But what are we doing right now? We're looking at plays. Stick around. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Greg Austin with A Better Official. We're looking at plays, and we're getting started right away with a You Make the Call play. What do you have on this play?
Simpson and Zagrozny talking right in front of us.
Here's Simpson. And it looks like it's going to be zone defending now on the sideline here. There's the lob. That's not going to count.
No.
That will not count.
That's a violation.
A throw-in goes in the basket. What do you have on this play? End of game play. 0.2 on the clock play. What do you have on this one? Hey, we'll stick around to put your ruling down in the comments and stick around to the end of the video. We're going to look at play number 1. With that, let's look at play number 2. Except for live stream viewers, this is not really a tough You Make the Call play. This is obvious. I'm going to edit that down for the video. And
because nobody touched it, went out of bounds.
Simpson and Zagrozny talking right in front of us.
Here's Simpson. And it looks like it's going to be zone defending now on the sideline here. There's the lob. That's not going to count.
No.
That will not count.
That's a violation.
Because nobody touched it, went out of bounds.
Yeah. It's a violation.
Yes.
The ball's going to go back to Classical.
And timeout for Classical. So, obviously a great shot by Simpson.
All right, end of game play. 0.2 on the clock. The team cannot catch and shoot. They're obviously going to do something at the basket. Our throw-in pass is thrown and enters the basket. Of course, this is a throw-in violation by rule. A letdown. We have a 1-point game, chance to tie. We're waiting for that play at the basket. No, not on this one. Obvious violation. Key things here we need to be aware of is, did the clock start? Right, in this situation, 0.2. We know what the number is going in, etc. We have a moment of confusion. One official steps forward and says, yes, this is what we got. This is what we got, right? So it's great to see these plays in the wild, just so that when they occur in our game, we're not flummoxed. But this is a throw-in violation by rule, to throw a ball that enters either basket on the throw-in. And our officials in this game, although disappointed they didn't get a last-second shot, make the correct ruling in the game. So what we like to see are these plays, these unique plays, so that when they occur in our game, we are ready to officiate them correctly. And we're not surprised. Okay. Okay. All right. So this game, super close game, playoff game. Um, and we have a play. Play number 5 is going to be a shot, a last second shot in this game. But all the energy is there, and then I agree, Mike. Easy peasy. Oh, the cheerleaders. Right? Normally, I'm a huge fan of normally, it's like absolutely bounce the ball to the thrower because on a throw in like this, because the play is going to be inbounded almost always to the back court. But with .2 on the clock, we know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, that's kind of a boring play, but that is our play. That is key, Jason. That's the key. That would be my key takeaway, right? If this was like, let's say, yeah, we probably wouldn't have the throw to the basket unless it's really low. But that's a key takeaway. Call the obvious, man. Call the obvious. Hey, Greg. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. All right. I am there. We have moved on to play number 2. All right. Calling official rules a 3-second violation. Not very common with this calling official, right? And fails to get their hand up to stop the clock. But, right. So let's look at all of the things on this play. A 3-second violation and just our key takeaways in a situation like this. I'm going to turn that on. No, I'm going to stop and straighten. Okay, so we have nothing going on in the lane. Player catches the ball here, right, and makes a move towards the basket. All legal, all legal. Gives it to a teammate, and we have a crowded situation, and they stop. They are 1 foot in, right? This is really not the key part of the play, but then they end up with the ball here. They've been in the lane. They're making a move towards the basket, but then they stop, right? If a player makes a move, a basketball move towards the basket, we are to suspend the count, right? This non-visible count that we have in our head. We suspend the count. When this player stops and does not make a move, and especially when they pass the basketball, this becomes an obvious 3-second violation, right? A lot of times we're going to adjudicate these plays based on the advantage gained when early on, when the player gets the ball and they have 1 foot in the lane here, right? Things got to be inadvertent for the player, but in the end, they have been in the lane. We suspended, allowing them to make their move. They did not complete their move. This is a 3-second violation by rule. And what do we expect? We expect the other bench is going to be, the energy is going to increase on a play like this as well. So we want to, not put frivolous 3-second violations into the game, but we want to be aware when players are gaining an advantage by being in the lane. That's kind of a funky play. I do not put a lot of 3-second violations into the game. But when the player stops, right, their move and then passes the ball, those are the easy ones. We love easy ones. Let me know in the chat, are you averse to the 3-second call? Right? Yeah. I'm averse. I'm averse in general. Huh. Yeah, to me, all of the initial stuff was just kind of inadvertent, but when she ends up with the ball in the lane and ultimately passes to a player who's shooting a layup, yeah. I appreciate that, Michael. Yeah, yeah. So while the ball is in team control, right? But when the ball is loose or we have a player on the floor because they've fallen down, etc., and team control hasn't changed, yeah. I mean, we're gonna have. Oh, wait a minute, Paul Sullivan in the chat. Paul Sullivan going to be featured in a play coming up. Good for you, Paul. What? I don't know what that means. Well, there's no reset on a lost dribble, right? Because the team is in control. If there was a try for goal, yeah, okay. I'm going there. Oops, I pressed the wrong button.
Inbounds. Colton threw it off the back of a Moreau player and grabbed it back and went in.
The old throw in off the back play, right? When we review plays like this, what we want to make sure are we understand all of the restrictions on players, right? First of all, when you see a defender with their back turned, as in this play, right? We just, like, antennas can go up just a little bit, right? Knowing that if we have a smart thrower, they may take advantage of that player, right? So the key things are our thrower needs to release the ball before they enter the court. This player does that. They throw the ball, then they step the court, and then once they pick up the ball, we have to make sure they have inbound status. What does it take to have inbound status on a play like this? Something in, nothing out, right? So they could jump or take a step forward, put a foot down on the court, lift their foot that used to be out of bounds. They have established as an inbounds player on this play, right? Of course, our disadvantage as the administering official here is on an end line throw-in, we are instructed to hand the ball to the thrower. So we're in close proximity to the thrower, who in this instance takes action really quickly, right? And so the action is we don't have our best perspective. So we want to give that ball, step back, be aware of all the things, and get this easy play right. All right. 2 different colored shoes. We always like that, right? Hard to get the clock started on a play like this. So just a simple reminder about throw-ins. We have the throw-in that entered the basket. We have a throw-in that's thrown off a defensive player. Just want to be aware of these situations when they may occur. They're not going to occur when a defender's, attempting to defend the throw-in, but when they have their back turned, at least the door is open to that. Be aware. Is the player out of bounds when they release? Is the player inbounds when they catch? And get ready to judge the action on the resulting play. Things can happen really quick in that scenario. The passer. Correct. Yeah. We all have a different level. The worst, Randy, of course, is you're working with that partner who loves the 3-second call. That's tough. That puts a lot of pressure on you, right? Because we want to be calling the same game. So I either need to, knock some sense into my partner, or I need to call the same game. That is the worst. That is the worst. This was a previous season, and of course, Jason, there has been no change. An out-of-bounds violation in the lane, the instruction is to go to the nearest lane line. It's only a non-out-of-bounds violation in the book. That's all I'm saying. In the book. This is from a previous season before that rule went into effect. But technically, an out-of-bounds violation, it does not say bring it out to the 3-foot mark. Technically. Boom. Oh, I had a like button across the screen there. Oh, is that like a post-COVID thing, Billy? Where, that became an NCAA women's thing, COVID season adjacent, where we no longer have to hand the ball to the thrower. We also note our center official, the clock must be running down, saying I got the final shot going down the other end. That's good. Are you just noticing that? All right, cool. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. Nice work by our calling official on this play. I'm not sure this mechanic was even in the book yet. All right, so what do we do? At the spot of the foul, right? We indicate we have a foul. We designate the spot. This is all fantastic. Move to the reporting area on a play where it's the get off me play, right? You have a defender who is closely guarding, right? A player with the ball. Maybe that player's off balance, and they feel the pressure. They are bothered by the pressure, and they say, "Get off me," right? So in this instance, we have an elbow contact by the ball handler. What are our options by rule? NFHS. Obviously, we can ignore. We can rule a foul, a common foul, which in this instance would be a player control foul. We could rule an intentional foul for excessive contact, or we could rule a flagrant foul for a contact that is violent and savage in nature. When a player takes this action and contacts the opponent, whether it's in their torso, their shoulder, or their head, all those options are available, right? If we had a pivoting player, not on this play, but a pivoting player who pivots with the ball with their elbows extended and in a natural turn of their body, you could have arm contact, elbow contact to an opponent, and it be a no call. It could be, right? The player was legal in what they did. There was contact that we judged to be incidental, right? Or we could have player control, as we do in this instance. One caveat I would have is on a play like this, when you are the calling official and you have your ruling, I have a common foul, I have player control, we're going the other way, we're throwing in there, is if we just like give our partners a moment, right? In this situation, the ball is in the trail's lap. This is not really a two official scenario, but if we just give, don't be in a hurry and just allow the game and our partners, if they have something different or think we need to consider an upgrade, to allow us, to give them a moment where they can say, hey, I need to go get my partner and give them some information on the play. So that's all I'd say on this play is just if we give a moment, right, in our movement to go report that allows our partners, if we're unsure at all about what we have on the play, we're going to be in better position. Okay. Anybody going to upgrade this call? Right? So this is, I just consider this the get off me play. Get off me. But she caught her pretty flush. She caught her pretty flush. So if we're talking about positioning here, right, we're center and the play ends up in our lap like this. We need to make a decision. What are we going to do? We could try to get on top of it. We could try to get beneath it. Yeah, that is the great Paul Sullivan. Yeah, it's tough when the ball ends up here and you become trail, right? You know that a rotation has occurred and you become trail. It's really non-intuitive to step down and try to get that open look, unlike if the ball had come on a pass to a shooter. Stan says no to an upgrade. I mean, she knew she was there. She knew she was there. I would probably lean your way, Larry, on this play. And of course, what's gone on in the game? How have things gone, etc.? Have there been anything similar? All of those are obviously variables in the play. Billy Mack's going intentional. Or just, so as a partner on a play like this, something else is just slow your partner down. Just slow them down, right? If like our center, our new center on this play sort of inserts herself into the path of the calling official, right? And then the calling official may say, do you have anything else on that play? I have then just put them in a position of saying, this is what I have. Yeah, I saw that, but I have this, right? Etc. I had a great look at the play. This is what I have. If you want to fight for the call. I don't see flagrant either. Yeah. I, it's it's very different to me than some other flagrant fouls that I've seen where it's like, it's there's more windup. She did. She did. I mean, because here's the situation. Like I've explained it, the player is bothered by the defender, and they want them to get off of them. Right. So they are taking an intentional action to get them off of them. Not you were there. I turned and you were there. I didn't realize. Zooch. Yeah, we had to start. And you taking the under, Zooch. I was like 5 minutes early today. You believe that? Come on, soccer. She hit her in the face with her elbow. Yes, she did. She did create space. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we talk when players, we're watching a game, and what does the defense want to do to the offense? They want to speed them up. They want to make them play or process or do things faster than they're used to, and then they make mistakes, right? If we work as a crew and try to recognize when we need to slow our partners down or insert or ask a question before the reporting, etc., and recognizing in ourselves, right? I ran to administer the free throw. I stopped looking at the players. Or I was at center and it was a transition play and I just ran ahead because and I stopped looking at players and I didn't officiate the play in the middle of the court, etc. Right? Oh. That's NCAA women's mechanics. So if you had this call, so Todd, are you saying if you had this call of a player control foul, like there'd be some review, or the call by the calling official, even though the player reached out and struck, would be would be a defensive foul? If the action by the defender, NCAA men's, leads to this action, you disregard the action, the elbow to the face, the bloody nose, etc., and you go with the encroachment foul. It was a rotation on the play, Jason. Rotation. The lead rotated and the center held their position. Adam Pruitt. Yeah, and the other thing, Adam, is if you stay at the scene, there's the opportunity to process, right, or allow your partners, etc. There's nothing but positive benefits. All right. Okay, Todd. Thanks for that clarification. Appreciate that. All right. That's a play from the past. We're going into the archives. What am I doing next? I'm going here. And we're going here. All right. So at the start of the season, what are we doing? when we look at our own game video and looking at our habits and fundamentals on the court, we're looking at discipline, right? Am I aware of the system that we're working? And am I disciplined in my approach to the system that we're working? And when we have situations that arise, such as a double whistle and 2 defenders, the fact that we should communicate as a crew, recognize, right? So we have discipline, we have recognition, and we have an understanding of the system that can all come into play. So when we look at our game video, when I look at my game video, this is what we are looking at. Okay, so on this play, we have a double whistle, center, and trail. Let's look at a play from the top. Let's go here. And we have a key component here as well, where the coach is teaching our calling official some dance moves. All right, so who is guarding whom on this play? This primary matchup, this one, belongs to the center official on this play. This is a transition play. Our lead is getting to the end line. Our lead should be picking up secondary defenders here in this situation. Who is officiating whom, right? We have a curl or a turn away from the center official, but the center official has to be officiating this on-ball matchup on this play, and also a possible swipe down by this defender here. And our lead official has to pick up this defender who's coming at our shooter here, right? So I would say this defender belongs to this official. We've got a gesticulating coach. We have a double whistle on the play. Okay? So when we have a double whistle, we have to recognize that fact. If our center official says, you got it, partner, right, and gives it up right away or something like this, but we have to be aware, wait, did you have a foul like on a swipe down by another defender, etc.? We just need to communicate in a situation like this, recognize that we have a double whistle, indicate what you have, etc., communicate. This does not have to be a lengthy process, right? It's an obvious foul in the end, but we want to be aware of those things. I don't have a cup.
You want a cup?
Yeah. Okay. And then another key takeaway on a play like this is we have to recognize that coaches can be very, very valuable instructors of popular dance moves. And they've got a little something for, oh, yeah. We like that. All right. So as we approach the new season, right, we're just trying to get ourselves oriented with understanding the system that we're working, understand who is officiating whom on plays, allowing the system to work. And when we have a situation where we have a double whistle, such as this, go through the process, right? If it's quick and easy, hey, partner, that's yours, all yours. Like, if I'm at center in this situation, I should not have blown my whistle. I made a mistake, partner, that's all you, right? And then we can just go. But when in a multiple defender situation, let's communicate, make sure this is what I have, this, that you don't have something first on the play. Yeah. That's why we analyze our game video. That's why. Yes, they did. Well, if you're the trail, who are you replacing, right? Who's going to report the foul? that's the other thing about double whistle. It's just like, is the lead going to take this, or is the center? I can't really take any action as trail until they do. Yeah. I mean, first of all, they don't have the look on the play, right? They don't have our center has a closed look on the play, right? But if it was not a closed look and there was an obvious foul by that defender, and there was no whistle by our lead and our trail, and it was an obvious foul, we can always come, right? We don't have to be in a rush, right? Well, so Tom, that's the issue, is didn't recognize double whistle, right? We want to have that recognition. We want to have an understanding of the system, recognition that we have a double whistle, and then go into our protocol for handling the double whistle. Like I say, if I'm the center on this play, we are not talking about it. You've got it, partner. You've got it, partner. I inadvertently put a whistle when I shouldn't have in this situation. We both are obviously, we know we have the same thing, etc. So that's why we could take away from these plays. And we watch our own game video, and it's just like, why did I blow my whistle? That was not my play. What led up to it? Was I just talking to the coach, or had I just missed a play at the other end and I'm still thinking about it, etc. Agree, soccer? Oh, no. Didn't have a lot of options at that point. Oh, we've got our defender jumping toward our ball handler. Oh, I see. Hold on a sec. Where's my mouse? Where's my cursor? Oh, it's on the arm. And reported as such. Let's see. Yeah. Agree, Michael. Agree. Must be true. That guy's been a rookie for what now? 17 straight years. Oh, yeah. Well, you have a closed look there, Wild Thoughts. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. I'm going to go here. What are we doing for time? Hey, we're looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Let me take a peek and see what our next play is here. Yeah, let's go.
Counting here is Abdul Evans. Over there to Delbray. Hand off to Evans. Here's Harrison. Puts it up. Can't make it. Rebound there for Sohn. 7 seconds to go. Here's a drive here for Delbray. Kicks it back out. 3-point attempt. And it's good for Devin Sohn. And it's over.
No, I think LaSalle got a timeout.
Oh, so timeout. Timeout for LaSalle. Can we do it? They do have 2 timeouts remaining, so they're going to have to reset the clock.
Boy, Devin Sohn, 3-ball corner pocket. 1.2, possibly. The refs are trying to look at it right now, and great job by Michael.
All right, a super exciting play. What a thrilling shot by this kid. Down by 2. Lots of great action. Our crew on this game did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. Then we got an end-of-game situation, right? This is where we want to bring all of our skills to bear, right? That player caught the basketball, was going down. Did they travel? Man, it's got to be a super obvious. He got rid of it before. That's just a great shot. That's just a great shot. But of course, in this situation, we need to have heightened awareness about the clocks. Heightened awareness. What do we expect to have happen? A team has just been scored upon with a small amount of time remaining. We need to fight to get that time right? But we have to have a timeout request, and who's going to be aware, etc. We notice on this clip, our center official looks down the court. Did they have an open look? Did the coach request the timeout? We note that a player requests a timeout here. We can look at that. But just great action, right? This drive to the basket, there's nothing there. Player got rid of the ball before they went down, nothing there. Deflection there. Time running down. This is just a suspenseful moment, and the kid drains the 3, right? If we look at it, when does the ball pass through? So in a perfect world, our number is 2.4. That's in a perfect world, right? The old lead, new trail here, right? Our player requests a timeout at 1.2, but our lead is looking up the court at the bench. Should the lead have to, in this instance, when we've got a center and trail who should be aware of the same thing? Right? So in the end, this crew ends up putting 0.9 on the clock. 0.9. And after they put 0.9, we have an end line throw in. They throw it, it's deflected out of bounds, and it led to that last second shot, or the last second throw in at 0.2. So we recognize that the correct number was 2.4 if a timeout was being requested, and we end up at 0.9, we've really cost the team a lot of opportunity, right? So as always, we want to be aware. Do we know that the coach was requesting a timeout? No, we don't. But as we approach the season and we get into end of game situations, we just want to recognize that in end of game situations, we have to be fantastic. We don't have monitors to go to get the correct number, etc. And the way that we do that is we just have to be aware, anticipate what is expected in the game in this situation. As an outside official, knowing what the number was when the ball went through, immediately looking to be aware, is this team requesting a timeout, right? And if we can get that correct, then we can get the correct number, or much, much closer to the correct number in that situation. So as we always say, end of game situations bring all of our skills to bear. And we want to be our best at the end of the game, right? Yeah. It could be a freshman boys game. It could be a state final game such as this game here. But that's what we are working for and towards as basketball officials. No, I do that. And then I do that. This was just love that play by our shooter on the wing. Just excellent. Excellent. What's wrong with this? Brush off. there. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, hey. That's your job, Kevin, is getting those younger officials developed. Not sure what your I don't know if you're talking about the previous play. Shane suggesting an out of bounds, voluntarily leaving the court. Let's see. This, yeah, the rule was in effect. Oh, white 5? Yeah, that's not a violation. That's not a violation. Because they, even if you deem that they have left the court voluntarily, borderline in that instance, and they are the first to touch the ball, the advantage that they had gained is no longer there. So our case play this year says that is illegal play. Oh, look, my light has gone. Oh, it's just dim. My blue light is very dim. My light is very dim. Very prescient. Yeah, it's been all blue. Sorry, Adam. No, it doesn't stop on a made basket. But we can't stop either, Jason. Jason, it's not prescribed how much time we have to take off. So what happened on this resulting play, they had an end-line throw-in, they could move. They threw the ball up in towards the front court, and it was deflected out of bounds, and it went from 0.9 to 0.2. NCAA women's, we would say that's 0.3 runoff in that situation. The ball was legally touched, right, and went immediately out of bounds. Great point, Ted. And of course, Ted comes from a shot clock state where we have to be aware. The ball went in the basket, right? We have to be aware that the shot clock didn't start early on the resulting throw in, et cetera. We have to be much more clock aware, but that's a great habit. What am I missing on this out of bounds portion? All right, let's just take a look at anything possibly. All right, I can do that. Okay, this player, let's say they voluntarily left the court. We would give the signal. This is their defender. This is 2024. This is their defender. Have they gained an advantage in doing this? Maybe yes, maybe no. Do they now have an advantage by having taken that action? Do they have an advantage? No. No, they do not. This player is no longer, it's no longer possible to rule that this player is left the court of their own volition and was the first to touch the basketball. Not a thing. It's just not a thing. By rule, by case play. This player goes, they are out of bounds legally. No issue there. They are looking at the clock. I love it. I love it. Ice water. Ice water, right? That's great. It would have been great to have a tip play at the other end at the end of this game, but no, it was not to be. Not to be. Yeah. Yeah, so I hope I've addressed that. That's really hard. That's really hard. I would say we're going to go with the timer unless something egregious happens. Like the timer fails to start the clock. Yeah, we got to make stuff up. It's tough. It's tough. The player taking out of bounds definitely was requesting visually at 1.2. But our lead official was not looking at the player. That's the other thing that, can I trust my partners to look down at the bench? Or is this game so important that I can't trust my partners and I look right over a kid who's calling a timeout? That's never happened to me, but I've heard it has happened to others. We're talking about dead ball action now? This is just great end of game action. I don't see anything there. Is it? Is it? Oh, okay. All right. So that So let's look at the position of our lead then, right? Ball goes to the wing, and they are walking in. That's really hard to say. But we are looking in the well, right? When we are that close to a play, we're looking at the player. We're looking like this, and then there's something that happens down here, right? That's why we don't want to be too close to plays. Is it obvious? Not from this angle. Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. Well, the white line is the line. If our player, and we have the blue background, if our player's foot is adjacent to the line is going to be obscured. We can't make that judgment from here. It may have happened. Our official was right there. We have to trust that but at the same time, when you have that proximity, I can't officiate up to the top of the player and down to the floor all at the same time. I'm too close. I need some perspective. So let's see how our officials should have adjusted in this situation. Right? I mean, would a rotation be appropriate in this situation? Right? They're in good shape. Ball goes to the wing. Are they going to consider a rotation at this point? Right? They step in. A lot of action. I would step deeper. Of course, in a state championship situation, you have cameramen on the floor and all sorts of crap there behind you. But at least you have room. It looks like he's looking right at it. He says no. Yeah. He had a better look than us. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, that's why, again, it's a great end-of-game situation because there's stuff going on. What's important. And in the end, we get that players making a decision and shooting. Oh, I'm sure it was one of the new guys. Let's see this bumping action. I'm not seeing. They do. They do. We can't make stuff up, though. We just have to get it right. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Nothing to overturn the call. Okay, cool. All right. Do I have one more play for live stream viewers? I did that. I did that. I did that. Yeah. Oh my God. What am I doing? What am I doing? I go here. Oh, next play. All right, this is a play from my personal Hall of Shame. Missed call as a trail in this situation. First of all, for whatever reason, this is a tournament game. These two teams showed up. These were their uniforms. This is a collegiate game, so they don't have to be wearing white as the home team, but obviously this put a lot of pressure on the officiating crew to have the right. But we have our off-ball player push off on black 2 to get the open look, and this is a missed call. That was a foul. That was a team control foul play without the ball pushed to get open. Our defender wasn't in great position, but the action should have been ruled a foul. Now, why would our trail official make this mistake? Right? That's what we wanted, because we missed a call. Why did we miss a call? Let's take a look. Right? One of the problems that many officials have, this official included, is they are excited about what's going on with the basketball. Now we have a dual coverage area play, right? Our center official should have this matchup. This belongs to the center. If you're the trail official, you have to officiate off ball, right? I assume this player passed to the post. We need to stay with that player. We need to be aware of this player action as well, but this would be our leads, right? This high post action here and here. Our lead could pick this up. We just have to figure out what am I officiating, and in the end, this matchup is unofficiated, and this belonged to the trail official, right? You just have to recognize that fact. You just have to own it, right? That was my matchup. I missed the obvious foul. It's just results, man. It's just results. That extension is a foul. Our player was off balance, right? Does that make a difference? No. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Ball didn't go in, though. Officiating players with wearing these uniforms is tough. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Right? So when we analyze our game video, we just have to identify the situations that lead us into unofficiated action, right? Again, working the system, understanding the system, implementing the system, knowing who you are responsible to officiate, as well. All these factors come into play. That's why we look at game video, so we can identify mistakes we may have made, opportunities for improvement, etc. Yeah, that's right. That is right. I made a mistake on this play. Yeah, but the C is not responsible for that matchup, right? It may appear, I think Jose was a first-year official at this point, first-year collegiate official. So maybe he's thinking, it's not mine or whatever. That's very. But you get a tournament situation where, like, maybe you get a tournament situation where both teams were informed that they were the visitors, and they don't have, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, and you have to, of course, you got to whip out of your pocket your grayscale. Well, that would only apply to the visitors. Very challenging. That's what it is. Like, imagine that. Yeah. You just get a situation. So how many players right here? Come on, man. Who's officiating? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all within like a 12-foot radius, just like the center circle. We bring the center circle here. What a mess! It's like officiating third grade girls, I go there, I go there, we go there. Yeah, but Todd, the question is, would you miss, right? If you are in love with the basketball and you see the ball go to the elbow there, and that's what you're looking at, then you're prone to miss. And of course, the coach is like, and of course, invariably, the coach is not going to miss, right? The coach is not going to miss your your missed call. I wonder, would the lead consider coming and getting this if they saw it? Would you get it from lead? Boy, you'd have to sell the heck out of that. Oh my God, Zach. Everybody's different, right? If you work with people who would get upset, if I was the trail and the center official ruled this foul, and I was upset, then obviously there's a problem with somebody, and it's me, right? This is an obvious foul. Our system is designed to call obvious fouls. And when there's a breakdown in the system and somebody doesn't call something in their primary, the system says, you're the secondary official, you have to call that foul. It's an obvious foul. And if you are working with a partner who says, no, don't ever, don't you ever call in my primary like that again. They're the one with the problem. And that's a tough situation to be in. It's a tough situation to be in. They're putting themselves ahead of the crew. They're putting themselves ahead of the game. The game always comes first. So that's tough. That's verbal judo. That there is verbal judo right there. The coach is like, yeah. Well, that's a Hall of Shame play for Greg. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I think I'm out of plays. Let's take a look. Out of place. Out of place. All right, so next week, Thanksgiving week, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I will not have a show. I will be out of town. And then we'll get back to it the following week, and then we'll get our momentum going for the rest of the season. I appreciate everybody joining today. That was fun. Yeah. So I am going to bid you adieu. And I hope everybody enjoys their early season action, their scrimmages, paid or unpaid. Come on, man. Unpaid scrimmages. How did that ever become a thing? Indeed, Kamali, you as well. Enjoy football, turkey, all the things. Yeah, I missed that call. Yeah, can you be sure? No, I saw. Can you be sure? Hey, Dan, good to see you in the chat. Showing up late in the chat. If just to say thanks, I appreciate that. Oh, that's awesome, Michael. That's awesome. We have to make that the standard. Ow. Lions are looking pretty strong. Hey, Stan, thank you. All right, I'm going to bid you adieu. We're going to get out of here. Yeah, I think I got it. See you later.